He had a museum when he was 5. He would ask his mom to make labels, and the pictures are just fantastic of his collection. So he was a scientist at 5, I guess.
So since I've come here, I've kind of continued on with research that I was doing at the University of Miami, and that's looking at the genetic structure of invasive species, especially invasive plant species. And what I'm trying to do is reconstruct the introduction history of these species into the U.S. and figure out where exactly they came from in their native range, whether that would be Asia or Africa or South America.
And since coming to TCU, much of my research is focused on this wind energy initiative. What I've been doing over the past year and a half or so is establishing a research team of undergraduates, graduate students. I also have a postdoctoral associate working with me. And this spring we're really starting our field work to look at the impacts of wind energy developments. So looking at direct mortality, so birds and bats who actually fly into the towers or the associated infrastructure. And then we're also looking at a displacement or habitat loss. So do we see breeding birds who are being displaced from the area around turbines? So sort of those indirect population effects as well. And then together both of us are also working on a conservation genetics research project on the Texas horned lizard, so TCU's mascot.
We have samples from all over Texas now, and we've developed the molecular markers to work in horned lizards. But the main questions we're going to be asking is, can we use the genetic data to tell how far individual horned lizards are moving, how interconnected are the populations, how different are populations, say, in South Texas from North Texas to West Texas. And so those will be the types of issues that we'll, address with that data. Our research is related to preserving biodiversity. The main benefit of doing research regularly, it gives students the opportunity to try research and to get experience doing research.
If there is a student who's interested in trying out research or seeing what opportunities might be available, they have the ability to do so here. It's not such a large department. We're not funneling through hundreds of biology majors each year, graduating, that any student who's interested and wants to approach a faculty member and get involved in research, they can certainly do that at TCU, and you couldn't do that at much bigger state schools.